What's going on, guys? Welcome to MMA Labology, brought to you by Bets TV. As you can see, I'm flying half solo today. Anthony Bush decided to back out of our argument with Mahomes and Josh Allen today. That was literally his excuse. He did not want to come on the show and argue. No, I'm just kidding. Bush is in the midst of a move right now. So I am here with my other co-host, Quan. Quan, what's going on?
I'm here. I got to find a camera for
This is a happy day for me and Quan, by the way. We're going to get into that later. We're going to actually front load this show first. We're going to do MMA first, get that out of the way because we got a lot of football to talk about too. But awesome weekend. I mean, you know, people who have been kind of shitting on the NFL product a little bit, you can now kind of just rewind and just review that weekend. I mean, what a weekend of football.
What a bunch of great games.
I mean,
from top to bottom. Even the terrible non-scoring Bengals-Titans game.
I mean, every game, bro. Every game had like ups and downs and drama in it, and it was just an amazing weekend of football. Let's go to MMA. A couple news and notes. This weekend is debut of Eagle FC 44, which is Habib's brand going out of Miami, Florida. I believe you could stream it on FLX Stream app. I'm not sure. You're going to have to look that up. But a couple notable fighters on the card. Not sure why Rashad Evans is fighting again, but he's on the card. Ray Borg, a guy who I always enjoyed. Very slippery grappler. He was another guy, though. You know, he was always 1 foot in, 1 foot out for a while. He had some issues and stuff like that. So that is on this weekend. I'm actually looking forward to that. Sergey Karatanov, another really tough dude. Jorgen De Castro. So they got some guys on this card that they're, kind of moving over to Eagle FC, whether it's because they want another shot or they're just done with the UFC. Then coinciding with that, you got Bellator 273, Bader and Moldavsky. Kind of weird that they're running these cards coincide with each other. I don't know if they're the exact same times. Pretty close. They're pretty close in timing. You got Benson Henderson on that card, Henry Corrales, Hamasi, Enrique Barzola, some good fights in that card too. So, we got some fights this weekend. UFC obviously is on the off week this week. They come back next week. Me and Bush went to UFC 270. I do want to review that for a couple minutes before we jump into the other things. What an amazing atmosphere just to start it right out of the gate. I mean, really, the crazy thing about the Honda Center is that you could kind of see anywhere in there, and I can't say that about a lot of arenas. They got screens, and it's almost like a SoFi Stadium in a sense, just not as modern. They don't have that circular screen, but they had them placed in all the right positions, and we actually were right in front of one, which was fucking the best seats in the house. Just an overall great time. I mean, the love that Brandon Moreno got in that fight scared me because I went the other way. I obviously took Figueiredo, and it was almost like Elvis came into the building. I even tweeted that. I was like, you would think that like Michael Jackson or Elvis came into the building when they announced Brandon Moreno. And honestly, like I was so happy for him because this is a kid that had, he came into the UFC, then he left the UFC, he was 1 foot out, came back in, and he is at the end of the day, the kid's like a hero in Mexico. The way you heard the crowd, they were just going rabid over him. The card from a betting standpoint, we took a minor hit, but from a DFS standpoint, it was odd because the analysis and the write-ups were one of my more spot-on articles. I mean, even on some of the L's that I took, I think we went 8-4 or 9-3 or something like that. So we had an overall good pick card. We were just on the wrong side of a couple props and stuff like that. But I think we only went down like a little less than 2 units or something. So that's not bad at all. But from the DFS end of it, I mean, it was literally. I even went back and was calling Bush, and I was like, wow, these fucking write-ups were literally spot on, like how these guys would lose if they were to lose. Henry versus Barcelos. I told everybody back up on Barcelos. There's something about this kid Henry that I like. His boxing is slick. He works behind a good jab. Do not fade this kid. Make sure you put him in your lineups. Sure enough, he wins. picked I picked Barcelos, but on my pick, but from the DFS standpoint, telling everybody to pull off of Barcelos and jump on Henry a little bit, it was kind of perfect. If we go jump through the prelims more, Jack Della, we were pretty spot on with him. Gravely, we were pretty spot on with him. Figueiredo, exactly what I said about Figueiredo. I said that if this guy came and he weighed in properly and looked good, I was all in on him, and it paid off, and he won. And I understand why people picked Moreno. This is a kid whose trajectory just kept going up and up and up and up, but people just tend to forget. They tend to forget. You know what I mean, Quan?
Yeah.
Like, they forget, bro. They forget because of one fight. They forget, like, the fight before was an absolute war. They forget in his last fight that he was in a bad place. He barely made weight. He was completely sucked out. They forget the guys that he's beaten. They forget about his power. They forget that, like, he was a former champion, not too long ago. And they wrote him off, and everybody wrote him off.
It's always
they do it all the time.
Done for me lately,
bro. But you can't forget. Like, you could forget if it's 2, 3, 4. Like someone like somebody like Cody Garbrandt, who was on a big time losing streak. He's showing at his chin. Now you start forgetting. You're like, forget about what he did. His chin is gone. Deiveson Figueiredo, dude, had one major blip in the radar in his last fight, and I said that if he weighs in properly, this is going to be a different fight. This is going to be more like fight one, and I'm going to pick Figueiredo. And I did. It worked out. We were on the wrong side of the Francis fight. I picked Cyril Gane. There was nobody out there that thought that fight would end like that. Period. End. That was the only fight that I would say my analysis was kind of flipped. I said, if you told me we went to the cards, I would say Cyril Gane. If you told me it ended super early, I would say Francis. If you told me it went to the ground, I would say Cyril Gane. Like, the narrative in that fight completely flipped. But the thing that fucking aggravated me about that fight, Quan, is that, after the fight was over, people were shitting on Francis. Mm-hmm. And they were saying, they were disgusted with the fight, with the main event, with all this bullshit. And I'm saying to myself, hold on a second, like, back up a second. Like, what would you rather have seen? Would you rather have seen him getting starched, for 3-4 rounds and then connecting with one of his haymaker tombstones? Or would you rather see him go into that uncomfortable place that he's not used to? Even though it's not clean, even though it's not pretty, even though it's ugly as sin, he was still willing to go to that uncomfortable place and fight where he's uncomfortable. So was I impressed with the performance? No. But was I impressed with his ability to say, fuck it, man, I'm going to go to that uncomfortable place.
Overcoming adversity, man.
Overcome adversity.
You got to get over them obstacles to prove
you know what I mean?
You're either a great athlete, great fighter, no matter what it is. You want to see people get through that pressure.
I don't get it. I didn't get it, bro. I really didn't get it. If anything, they should have been shitting on Cyril Gane. You know what I mean? There were certain things that he did that I was like, what is he doing? People were shitting on him to going for the heel hook and the knee bar and stuff like that. I wasn't. I think that was his way of kind of just loosening him up, trying to get him, a little panicky. This way he can get back to his feet. But as far as, alluding to takedowns, I think it was all caught by surprise. I don't think that Cyril Gane ever expected that to happen. But Francis' performance, was it ugly? It was ugly. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't enjoyable to watch. But to see him at least go into that uncomfortable place with a guy who supposedly should be able to out-grapple him, he's a better athlete, he's got the better cardio, he's not going to be good in the 4th and 5th round. For him to be able to do that, even on an ugly level, you got to give the guy fucking credit.
Yeah.
Not to mention the cards were stacked against him with Dana White and the UFC. They didn't even show up to put the belt around the guy's waist.
And they didn't show up he was really upset by that.
Yeah,
they
bro.
Show up to the post-fight.
Yeah.
Everything.
They didn't show up to put the belt around the guy's waist. So, give the guy a little bit of fucking credit instead of like going out. Listen, you guys are doing nothing but brandishing the sport by these stupid fucking tweets. Even the guys that are tweeting out about Deiveson Figueiredo and Brendan Moreno saying it was a fucking robbery. Where was that fight a fucking robbery? That was as close of a draw as you can get. Did you watch the fight?
No.
That fight was as close to a draw as you can get. But what people don't understand is that when you have super close rounds and somebody gets a knockdown, not a fucking takedown, a fucking knockdown, that trumps everything. That trumps everything in the close round. A knockdown trumps everything. He got 2-3 knockdowns, in the fight. It was clear that his power was doing more damage. The volume was more on Moreno's side. I do agree. He was pushing the action more. But at the end of the day, like at the end of the fight, I was like, draw? Question mark. And everyone's like, it was a fucking robbery. Brendan Moreno should have won. The only reason why people were saying that is because you bet Brendan Moreno. And that's all there is to it. You guys bet Brendan Moreno. So just be transparent. You take your fucking L, and that's it. Another one. It's Frivola. Okay. Another one that was big for us, and I actually want to talk about this one because there was a kid on fucking Twitter that really pissed me off. The bantamweight fight, Cody Stamann versus Said Nurmagomedov. This fight here to me, I put one bet in on this fight. I put over 2.5. I did expect this fight to go to the cards, right? Mm-hmm. But I was one of the very, very few that picked Said to win this fight. And I don't know why everybody was like really crowded on Stamann so much. I understand, with his wrestling, and I understand that, recency bias, and, A is going to listen to B, and B is going to listen to C, and C is going to listen to D. And then together they kind of formulate this concoction where we all agree that Cody Stamann's going to win, and everybody starts going on the Cody Stamann train. Then they start going on numbers, and they start saying, like, look at the takedown defense and this and that. But what I was, like, shouting, if you remember the last show, I was saying you're taking a very small sample size under the UFC umbrella with this guy. This guy's got 4 fights in the UFC. 2 of the fights ended super, super early, so you got to throw those numbers away. So the sample size on his numbers are bad. But just because he's not a Nurmagomedov, a true Nurmagomedov under Khabib, and just because he's not in, the Eagle, Eagle fight camp or anything like that, this guy's still from Dagestan. This guy still, just because his striking is his bread and butter, doesn't mean this guy does not know how to fucking grapple. And I was saying that from high heaven. This guy knows how to fucking grapple. It's not his ace of spade, but you got to remember the reason why the Nurmagomedovs and the Dagestans and the Eagle, whole fight crew really relies on the wrestling, because outside of Khabib, and a few others, they rely on their wrestling so much that they're very deficient in striking, where this guy is extremely efficient in striking, and he has grappling, but it just so happens that his striking surpasses his grappling. But his grappling is still fucking good. And I didn't understand where people were saying, like, his grappling was so bad and he's going to get taken down, he's going to get controlled. So that's what I was kind of preaching. I was preaching more of his grappling, how he's going to be able to nullify things, how he could probably take control in the grappling scrambles and stuff like that. So when he won, because I was one of the only people that picked him to win, I celebrated, because at the end of the day, we're DraftKings, right? At the end of the day, we're DraftKings. So when everybody else was on Stamann, I was telling people going on, Seb a little bit, make sure you get your leverage on Seb, this and that, blah, blah, blah. We X'd out a lot of the field because of that. So I was celebrating the DFS of it. This guy comes in, he's like, I forget his name, Lenny or fucking Lamb, or I wanted to jump through fucking Twitter and pull his gums out of his fucking mouth. He's like, oh, bro, you bet the over. Yeah, no shit, I bet the fucking over. I didn't sit there and say cash the over 2.5. I was celebrating because I was one of the only few that actually saw what I fucking saw on video to go the other way. So I don't know. Like I said, guys, like it's like a no-win situation. It's like a no-win situation. You have a good pick. You're standing alone on an island with a pick, and you get it right and you celebrate it. But because it couldn't go 2.5. You get shit on by somebody. Just a fucking troll. So, but that fight, I did not expect it to end that way. I will sit here and admit that right off the gate. I did not expect it to end that way. Did not expect a quick submission. I did not expect it to happen that fast. I did expect it to go 2.5, but I did expect Nurmagomedov to win. So we did very well from the picking side. Like I said, I think we went 8-4 or 9-3. Or something like that. DFS pretty like slaughtered. I mean, if you followed the hedge weight and you followed the analysis, you did very well, especially with Henry and Said and, some of these loophole guys, Davis and Figueiredo, some of the guys that I did put in, pulling back on Barcelos. You did very, very well. And I know a lot of subscribers did well. I had one guy take a tournament down. So that was good to see. The betting end of it, went down to small couple units, but at the end of the day, it was a good card.
What about your experience there, man? What did you like? I know you said that you could see everything in there, but did you have a good time? Did you almost get into a fight?
Bro, I've been to so many fights, dude. Like, I've been to so many fucking fights. Like, I enjoy them, but there's even like football games, bro. There's nothing like being in front of the TV, listening to the commentators, being to watch the replays. Like, to be honest with you, bro, like, football is so much better on TV.
Yeah, everything. I think
except hockey, except playoff hockey.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm not a hockey fan.
Yeah.
But I went to Devils and Rangers on the glass for the Stanley Cup, bro. It was insane. But baseball sucks live. I fall asleep.
Baseball's better live.
I hate baseball.
I hate baseball on TV.
I hate baseball, dude.
Especially with Joe Buck commentating.
How can you say that?
I just knew.
Yo, did you see how excited he was during the playoffs this year? He's very engaged.
I liked him on the Manny cast. He was pretty funny. So I kind of threw my hate to the way.
He's very engaged now. Yeah. I think he heard your call. I've been to so many fucking fights, bro. Big fights, Galata Bow, like major fucking fights, dude. I was at Nick Diaz and Masvidal for the BMF title on the floor, like. So it was a great atmosphere because I was in California. Like, usually when I go, I'm in New York. I'm at the Garden. And I was obviously with Bush and a bunch of good people. So yeah, it was super fun to be there. But to me, it's like being home or being at a friend's house with a big screen TV, hearing the commentators, being able to see the replays, it's different. It's more, you really know what you're watching. You know what I mean? So, but it was awesome. I didn't almost get into a fight at all, dude. I literally just minded my P's and Q's. I went to my seat. I didn't even get up to get anything to eat, really. I just fucking sat there. I was tweeting. But it was good. It was a really, really enjoyable. And, bro, the organization of these fucking things here are completely different. You go to New York, bro, you got to get there like 2 hours early. It's ridiculous, bro. I mean, it's just fucking all disorganized, lines everywhere, fucking people fucking. Here, it was like you park your car, dude, you just walk in. It's crazy. I even said to Bush when we walked in, I go, is anybody here?
Is that it?
The parking lot was dead. So, it was a good time, man. It was definitely a good time. I enjoyed it. We had a great time. A lot of people cashed with our DFS. You can't ask for nothing more than that. Now, let's transition over. Did I miss anything in MMA? No. All right, so we talked about Eagle FC. We talked about Bellator. Okay. We're going to transfer over to the NFL now. Me and Quan are both extremely happy individuals today.
Extremely happy. Listen, I want to talk about the fucking nightmare that I went through after Cooper Kupp fumbled. First of all, after Cam Akers fumbled at the end of the first half.
You know what this fucking guy does, dude? He's one of those guys that, like, the game is over in the third quarter with him. That's it. Like, if they're up, the game's over. He's texting me and Bush with the eyes, the emoji eyes, like looking to the left, meaning like, check it out, game's over.
Hold on, you gotta do it. You gotta.
Yeah.
Like
the fucking game is over, and I literally text him back. Remember who you're playing.
I'll get that.
I didn't text you that.
You did, but no, you're saying that like Brady orchestrated it. It was just a bunch of stupid ass Sean McVay shit.
Hold on, bro. Let me finish. I go, remember who you're playing, and then I think they scored again.
No, I think
or something happened. There was a pick. Was it a pick or a fumble?
It was the snap over his head.
No. This was then I gave you the eyes.
Yeah.
So basically, me and him just kept going back and forth with fucking eyes for like an hour, and I can't believe, you got away with one, dude. You got away with one.
No, man, that's Matthew Stafford. Listen, I keep telling everybody.
Do you want to bring a clip of just last week where you were talking about Matthew Stafford? You don't trust him. Do you want to bring that clip up?
I said that?
Yeah. You're like, at the end of the day,
I said I'm afraid because I don't know how he's going to come out and play. But
right. Well, he played great.
Not, like, listen, man, everybody's talking about that Patrick Mahomes victory. Matthew Stafford.
We're going to talk. We got to. Matthew
Stafford beat the Vikings in 13 seconds, driving the ball downfield and throwing a touchdown to Golden Tate. Like, I know he has the potential. It's just he's never been in this situation. And
Golden Tater Tots. That's what I call it.
I did this video. It was like, is your name Golden? For real? Is that really his name? But, like, I know he's capable. I know what he's capable of, and I knew he was capable of that. It's just coming out in the playoffs, in the divisional round, your first time after your first playoff win, how are you going to play against the greatest of all time? I know, listen, everybody else around him collapsed. And I was still seeing people blame him for the Bucs coming back. Like, he did nothing wrong. He threw, it was 2 touchdowns. He was throwing the ball accurate, no interceptions, nothing. And he was still getting the blame for that terrible end of the first half call from Sean McVay, the Cam Akers fumble, the Cooper Kupp fumble, the snap going over his head, the second Cam Akers fumble. He almost fumbled on the last drive, but like Jalen Ramsey had 2 interceptions that he could have had and ended the game. Jalen Ramsey gave up a deep ball after saying, I'm checking Mike Evans. Like, it's like, man, what the fuck does my man got to do to get to the next round? Or like, I even tweeted, it's like, God, are you doing this because his name is Matt? Like, what the hell? So when it was 27-3, I saw the jokes, and I was like, no way that Brady's going to get this opportunity again. And it just went all downhill from there. But Bruce Arians was smart enough to blitz the corner, Stafford up top, and
I'm happy.
Listen, I told you we want San Fran.
Bro, let me tell you something. You do not want that smoke, dude.
All you gotta do is put Debo in the ankle lock.
What is this shit? This is what pussies the Rams are. Okay?
Talk to them.
That you guys literally blocked out Northern California and everyone outside of the greater Los Angeles area from buying tickets. So if your billing address is outside the greater Los Angeles area, they will not allow you to buy fucking tickets. What kind of horse shit is that, dude?
That sounds like the home team.
Who cares?
The home team knowing that their fan. Listen, man, I don't think we got to sugarcoat it. The Rams don't really have a fan.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter, bro. I wouldn't want my home team playing in a stadium full of away fans. That could just, like, you saw what happened at the regular season.
So that would happen. So here we go. So if they don't have a lot of fans, and me and you've been pricing tickets out.
Yeah.
Okay. They don't have a lot of fans. You think a fair weather fan's going to spend that kind of money just to go to games to see 2 teams they don't like?
I don't think they give a damn. I think
so. They're not going to sell out the stadium because they don't want to give it to Niner fans.
Listen,
like, your guys are full of fucking shit. All he is. And we're going to fucking take your jock straps home with us and hang them on fucking mantles.
What's the bet?
Huh?
What's the bet? This is it.
Oh, we got to do the bet, yeah. Well, we're not. Are we saving that for Thursday? We're going to save that for Thursday.
All right.
Because I really want to think of a good one. But, so, that's fucking horseshit. Let's just turn the table now. God bless you. I'm happy for you. I'm grateful that it's here, that we have a battle of Southern California. I'm stoked. But can we not overlook
the greatest game
that the fucking 49ers went into fucking Green Bay and beat the number 1 seed again? Do you realize what they've accomplished, dude?
That was great, man.
Like, they beat the Rams at home. Hold on. They beat the Rams at home to get in. They come back. They beat fucking Dallas at home. They come back. They beat the number 1 seed in their house. I mean, bro, this run is fucking tremendous.
Do you remember on the last
If they lose this game, I won't even be mad.
Do you remember on the last show when I said, Jimmy G is terrible? And you looked at me like I was crazy. There were guys in the comments section saying, oh, Jimmy G's not that bad.
He's not terrible. He's not terrible. He's serviceable. I never said he was good. I never said he was great. I said he's good enough to win games, but he's also bad enough to lose them.
They won that game
on defense
because of special teams
and defense. Okay, they shut Aaron Rodgers completely out.
Shut Aaron Rodgers out.
Okay.
Jimmy G is, I don't want to, he's serviceable.
Here's the thing with Jimmy G, and tell me if I'm wrong. In the whole complexion and body of a game, he's going to make that one mistake. But depending on where he makes that mistake is one thing. It could be a crucial part of the game. But it seems like during these playoffs and during the end of the season, when he fucking needs to make a play or when he needs to make a throw, he starts making them. I'm not giving him any credit. Okay.
Debo.
Okay.
Debo. That's it. Debo.
You didn't get. What about Kittle?
Debo.
What about Kittle against last game?
He showed up, but it's all about Debo, man.
It hasn't been about Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah, he had a great game too.
Okay.
But I'm telling, big plays, I'm looking up Debo. No matter what. If I'm Jimmy G, save my ass, Debo. Debo, here's the toss.
I want you need to remember you're saying this in about 10 minutes. So go ahead.
Listen, man, Debo put that team on his back. He got the wind knocked out of him. He got his ankle twisted. He did all this stuff to keep them in that game. Because without Debo, I don't know if it's still 7-7.
No.
They did enough to keep themselves in the game and strike.
No Debo, no playoff run.
Yeah.
I'll admit that right now. No Debo, no playoff run. But I could say the same thing for fucking Kansas City. And I'm going to tell you this, and then we're going to roll right into this. Perfect segue. Let me fucking explain something to everybody out there. I've argued with Bush all weekend over this fucking shit. Okay? And I'm glad he's not here because he can't defend himself. Right? I looked up numbers on this and everything, and I don't want you to take my side. I want you to take whoever's side you agree. But I'm going to tell you this right now. We're still having a fucking argument about Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, even after that game. And all I'm going to say is this. Any other fucking receiver in the league catches that ball, they don't score a touchdown, they don't win. They don't score that touchdown, and they don't win.
Which one are you talking about?
13 seconds, Tyreek Hill. No other receiver does that. No Jamar Chase, no fucking, no Devontae Adams.
You're telling me his weapons are better?
He's got the best tight end in the league. No, but I'm saying he was going, oh my God, look at that fucking pass. I go, look at that pass, bro.
It was a drag. It was just.
It was a 15-yard slant pattern.
Not even that.
He caught, and I said that was all Tyreek Hill, dude.
They ran a clear out, and that's I saw the NFL Network. They dropped something today. He was saying, did Travis Kelce orchestrate that drive? And he just said, you got Tyreek underneath. I'm going to clear it out. He ran a clear out. They ran two verticals. He had a good block. And, I get what you're saying.
So hold on. So I got deeper into it.
Yeah.
So I said, he's like, oh, you're fucking not giving him no credit. I was like, Bush, I am giving him credit. I think he's a tremendous quarterback. But Josh Allen works more for his yardage. And I did the numbers on it. Do you know how many fucking yards that Mahomes has in passing all after the catch? He leads the league by far. 2,700 yards of his passing yards are after the catch. 27 fucking hundred are after the fucking catch. 2,700, dude, are after the catch.
What's his total?
4,800 or 4,400. Look it up.
What's Josh Allen's?
Josh Allen is 1,400 yards behind him. Right?
Yeah.
He's got 37 touchdowns. Josh Allen's got 36. Josh Allen's got 9 rushing touchdowns or 6 rushing touchdowns. I think he's got 1 or 2. All I'm saying is that he's a very good quarterback, but he's got fucking weapons, bro, that cushion his stats. And Tyreek Hill won that game for him, dude. That play, come on, dude. I don't give a fuck.
I just opened my mouth, man.
You don't think?
Do you want me to retort or not?
Do you think any other receiver would have scored a touchdown on that play in the league? Maybe a prime Julio Jones back in the... There's no other receiver.
No.
Debo. He said Debo. No. I said not even Debo.
No. That's just pure unadulterated speed right there.
That's
and
all-
they're afraid, like you. I get what you're saying. So you have to fear the Chiefs because of their weapons.
Well, no, I'm saying that game, I felt bad for Josh Allen. I felt really bad for him because I believe he deserved to win that game. I think the overtime fucking rule is garbage. I don't believe that rule, dude.
Listen, man, they shouldn't have been in overtime. You telling me 13 seconds to get down the field. You got to learn how to play defense to
I
stop
agree.
you from getting there. And you don't need both teams to have the ball. You just have to fear their way. I get what you're saying.
But how do you have a situation like that where you're both playing your balls out, dude, and then you go to overtime? The guy wins the coin toss, he scores, and you don't get a chance to come back and try to divvy it up.
You got to get a stop.
Then the next score wins.
That's 13. Listen, you had a touchdown with 13 seconds left, and then you got to get the stop in overtime. They couldn't. I think it was 1 3rd down that they converted.
I don't like it, dude.
I
don't like that. I don't like that. Because to me, that's not like the best team actually won.
That is the best team.
Nah, it was the team that got the ball first.
That's the best team. Sometimes the best team doesn't always win. Like you can't keep sticking to this. It's the Bills until they act. Ric Flair, he said it best. To be the man, woo! You gotta beat the man.
So you're telling me right now, you still to this day would take Patrick Mahomes over Josh?
Until Josh Allen beats him. Yeah.
Well, that's ridiculous, dude.
How?
Josh Allen did plenty enough to prove to people that he's here to stay.
Plenty enough, but he didn't do enough.
Oh, dude, I fucking hope. Let me tell you something. Let me explain something. Everything. I hope Cincinnati murders Kansas City, dude.
Not gonna happen.
I'm not saying it is.
I
am literally in Cincinnati mode rooting for them to knock him the fuck out of the playoffs because he got a gift by the fastest man in sports.
But
he got a fucking gift.
That's your scouting.
And nobody's talking about it.
Everybody's talking about it.
No. Everyone's talking about what a great game Mahomes had, and Mahomes is this, and he's God, and he's this. Nobody's saying that.
Josh Allen has what? 9 touchdowns and 8 incompletions in the playoffs? It was something like that, wasn't it?
Josh Allen threw 9 touchdowns in like 2 games, dude.
I know. That's great, man, but the defense just didn't come up for him.
I understand, but I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes. They're not talking about I didn't hear one person come out and say that 13 seconds was solely on Tyreek Hill's shoulders. That 13 seconds, I don't give a fuck. Don't tell me, he put it in the perfect spot. It was a perfect. I don't give a fuck, dude. 8 out of 10 quarterbacks make that pass. You know that. They make that pass. You got a guy fast that you just got to lead. He scored that touchdown. Mahomes had nothing to do with that fucking touchdown. You know, you got the best tight end in football. You got the fastest receiver in football. You're gonna have to come on, bro. I don't give a fuck. I think he's a great quarterback. I'm not saying he's not. I just think Josh Allen's better. That's my opinion.
I can argue that Josh Allen. Man, listen.
Did you see some of those runs, bro? That pass. It looked like fucking Dwight Clark in the end zone on the 2-point conversion. When he was like fucking scrambling out of fucking end zone, he just
the Emmanuel Sanders? Yeah.
Come on,
man,
dude.
There was I'm trying to think. Listen, both defenses were scared. They both were only bringing 4.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's a big issue. And Patrick Mahomes, he took off a lot. So I think he beat Josh Allen at his game. So I think they're evenly matched. I think they're going to face each other in the AFC Conference Championship or the divisional round, whatever it is, for a long time for the next few years.
I guess.
It's going to be a matter of what defense steps up. Because you can't, with what you're saying, because of the weapons that the Chiefs have, you got to play safe against the Chiefs and make them be patient, take their time, dinking and dunking it underneath. And that's just how you have to play them. With Josh Allen, nobody thought Gabe Davis they shut down Stephon Diggs. Nobody thought Gabe Davis was going to put his dick in the dirt like that. I mean, I've never seen somebody, he was coming out in stick routes and just making like the sniper at the on the touchdown at the to go ahead. Like the DBs are just out there looking like shit. And the Chiefs defense, if that's anything, that's an argument. The Chiefs defense has been ass all year too. And you're talking about, I think the Bills are probably one of the best ranked defenses in the NFL as far as the pass goes. So, I mean, tomato, you got your argument. It was a great game, and whether you say you believe it or not, the best team won.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to argue.
You can't argue it because they won.
I can't argue. But all I'm telling you is that I'm going to sit here and I'm going to say I'm not shitting on Patrick Mahomes. I think he's a
You are.
No,
you're saying he has all these weapons.
Oh, he does.
So do the Bills. So listen, man. Are you telling me that Josh Allen doesn't have any weapons?
Not like that.
Stephon Diggs.
You're going to compare the speed and fucking talent of Stephon Diggs to fucking him.
And no.
This is why I said remember this 10 minutes.
That Stephon Diggs is a great wide receiver.
This is why I told you.
He was considered probably one of the top 10 wide receivers in the NFL coming.
But he's not a guy that can break a chain like fucking Hill. And this is why I said remember in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Remember when
the buzzer going? Is it 10 minutes now?
No, when I said the disagreement.
Yeah.
I said we agreed on Debo. The Niners would not be in the playoffs if it wasn't for Debo.
Right.
They would not be in the fucking playoffs. They would not be as successful as they are without Tyreek Hill. They would not be in this situation. If Tyreek got fucking got hurt,
he played like shit the last few games in the regular season. Bro. He didn't have a touchdown. He only had a few catches. Like Tyreek Hill hasn't been the Tyreek Hill. He's been a decoy at most for the last few weeks of the regular season. But that's not. He wasn't even healthy. I think he had, what is it, his ankle or knee? He had an injury. So I don't think what you're saying is completely factual, but I get what you're saying. He's either a decoy or he's a big play guy. What are you about to do? Who is this? Bush?
No, he's not going to answer.
He's moving, isn't he?
Yeah, but he called me when I was here. All right, whatever. So here's another avenue now. What do we do with Aaron Rodgers? Where do we put him now? His legacy is tarnished, dude.
I've never been an Aaron Rodgers fan, and that's bias and Detroit Lions related. I think he's still going to be top 5. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks skill-wise ever. Winning-wise, he won a Super Bowl. So you can't say he's not an elite level quarterback.
No, he's an elite level.
Yeah, the things that he's done in the regular season, all elite.
But why can't he win the big game?
I don't know what he was doing out there. I have no clue. Like,
when people
pass went to Devontae Adams. I have no fucking clue.
Bro, when people are saying, like, on the outlets and stuff, like, you can't put that on Aaron Rodgers.
You absolutely can.
Yes, you can.
100%.
100%.
Yes.
Like, what do you mean you can't put it on Aaron Rodgers?
Like, what else is there?
What else is there? What are you going to put it on one of their no-name defensive players? We're going to put it on Aaron Jones? What are you going to put it on Devontae Adams? Yes, you do. You put it on fucking him. He's the fucking leader of that team. He's 0-4 now against the fucking Niners.
Can't beat him.
Can't beat him.
And in his post-draft interview, he said they're going to be sorry for not drafting me. Yeah. They're not sorry at all.
Well, yeah, I think they are.
I mean, come on.
Well, for a different reason.
For the sake of me looking smart on this show. They're not sorry at all.
No.
They're 4-0 against Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs. And we're not talking about a consistent quarterback throughout their entire tenure. We're talking Colin Kaepernick beat him.
Yep.
Jimmy Garoppolo beat him. And it's all these ways that he just fails when things are on the line. Like I think if they win that game, I think he beats Brady or the Rams.
I don't know, dude.
Like,
why, you think it's just the 49ers that are his kryptonite?
Yes. Well, I know. Not even the 49ers. Like, he can't beat the Seahawks in the playoffs. They lost to them in the conference.
It's an NFC thing you're saying?
He just the only I don't know what I think a Bears fan. The only reason he won that Super Bowl is because Jay Cutler was out.
But is it safe to say this? Is it safe to say that you got to give some of the credit to the 49ers defense, how tough they are?
Yeah.
Like, did you see that sack from Bosa when he shoestringed him from behind?
No.
I mean, it was insane, dude. I mean, he literally turned the fucking corner. I was like, he's gonna run for 10 yards, and Bosa just dives, grabs the back of his fucking heel, and trips him up. Like, that defense is fucking legit.
It's
dude.
the strength, like the running game, and that's why I think that the 49ers are probably going to be the best matchup for whoever comes out the AFC, which I think is going to be the Chiefs, just because they have a defense that can contain Mahomes. They won't be afraid to blitz him, or they can get pressure with the front four because the front four is great. They also can run the ball and keep the clock out of the Chiefs' hands. So if you're telling me the horrible Chiefs defense against an
stacked Niners defense.
And then them running the ball is going to shorten the game, and the Chiefs won't be able to go out and put up 42 points or 35 points or whatever it is. I think that's going to be the only way. I don't see the Rams scoring with the Chiefs.
Well, I think this is how it's going to go. If the Niners play, if you're looking for the greatest show on turf type of deal, you want to see the Rams and the Chiefs.
Yeah.
You want to see a firefight.
Yeah.
If you want to see kind of a dirty fisticuff.
Nobody wants to see that defensive battle.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to see, just a hard hitting game, it's gonna be Niners. But if you want to see just high flying, them slinging the ball all around the fucking SoFi, because that's where the Super Bowl is, right? It's in SoFi. Then that's what you want. You want to see Kansas City and the Rams.
Are we going no Bengals, no chance at all?
No, I'm saying that's what you want to see.
No, I'm asking you. Right now.
I think it would be a extremely low-rated, unwatched Super Bowl if the Bengals make it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think that. I think people love Cincinnati. I think people love Burrow and his. First of all, seeing him getting buried like that and still come out and get the victory.
Yeah, but you understand, people who knows Burrow, we know him. Football fans know him. Like the casual fan that just gets together for the Super Bowl, they can give a shit about fucking him.
What's the worst Super Bowl matchup we can get?
The worst
Bengals,
one?
Obviously. Bengals, Niners?
Probably.
Because they would bury his ass. Listen, that front four, I'm talking 19 sacks probably.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Even though that'll be a rematch.
Yeah. I didn't know that the Bengals front line was that bad. I was always like, I think Jamar Chase was the right pick.
Well, I think no matter who Cincinnati plays, if they play the Rams, I think fucking the Rams light them up.
Yeah.
And I think if they play the Niners beat them up.
Yeah.
I don't think they have a fucking shot in hell of beating either of our teams. I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't think it's and that's why I think people will be like, all right, well, the Niners, the casuals know. The casuals know Kansas City. They won the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes is kind of a star. Like they want to see, like the casual wants to see Kansas City in the Super Bowl. They don't know who the fuck Joe Burrow is. These casuals, they have no idea who Joe Burrow is, who Jamar Chase is. We do. The football fans know, but the casual fan that's throwing like a party at the house, they don't know who the fuck those guys are. Like you agree?
Great time to learn. I think it'd be a fun brand of football to see, and I would like to. I'd like to see Burrow get there. I don't think they're going to.
I just think Listen, I think Joe Burrow's a good quarterback, but I don't think this ain't his time.
Yeah, no, not yet. Especially not the way Kansas City's playing.
Yeah, it's not. What do you mean, Kansas City? Why are you shitting on our teams?
Come on.
Why are you shitting on our teams?
No, I just said the way Kansas City's playing, like in that match.
Oh, to make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying it's not their time to win it.
They've been on. Yeah, no, yeah.
I could see them beating Kansas City, dude. I could see them beating Kansas City.
Not the way Kansas City's playing, man.
All right.
You gotta find something to stop Tyreek.
What are you gonna do if the Niners play the Rams and the Niners play Kansas City in the Super Bowl and Garoppolo outplays Mahomes? What would you do?
Well, first of all, I'm gonna be looking for the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse because that's going to be one of the signs of the end of the world. If Jimmy G outplays Patrick Mahomes.
But what would you do if it happened?
I just told you. I would go outside and I would look for the 4 horses in the sky. I'm looking for the horns. I'm looking for everything that's a sign of this shit going down. and burning to the ground because it's not going to happen.
The Four Horsemen.
Zach Weber says Jimmy is cheeks.
Huh?
Zach Weber says Jimmy is cheeks on YouTube.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
He's ass.
Come on. Who said that?
Zach Weber.
Zach, listen, bro. Just hear me out for a second. I never said he was a good quarterback. I never said he was this great superstar quarterback. All I'm saying is that he's a serviceable quarterback. He's got good talent around him. He's got a defense that can kind of keep him off the field and give him, keep the offense off the field and give him more chances. He's going to make a mistake every game. I wait for it. Every game he's making a mistake. It just matters when he makes a mistake. But you can't deny that at the end of the year and during the playoffs, when it's time for him to make a throw or it's time for him to make a play, he's been making them. And then it helps that we have the greatest fucking kicker in football, dude. Robbie Solid Gold. How solid is he, dude? Do you know he hasn't missed a fucking field goal in the playoffs in his career?
Matt Gay missed a 47-yarder, man. I almost launched my fucking phone through the TV. Like, how do you miss a 47-yarder by being short?
Yeah, he was short. I give you the eyes for that too.
I think so.
Yeah, I give you the eyes for that too.
I posted. Did you see the Lions fan cheering Stafford on the last play?
No.
I posted it on my Instagram, and that was like I was laying in bed, and I was distraught. I was like, Stafford's gonna go out, and he could just throw the pick six. I don't give a shit because it's not on him. Like they shouldn't have been in that situation. I think I looked up at the snap. And I saw him just launch it. And I've never almost thrown my shoulder out from a fist pump that hard in my life. Like, that was great.
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. I wish both the Niners and the Rams could go, but the Niners are going down.
All right, let's go. Prediction time. Score and prediction on both
Let's
games.
save that for Thursday.
Okay. All right.
We got to get I need you and Bush to argue about Mahomes.
Yeah.
One more time.
All right. So that pretty much wraps it up then. You got anything else?
I got nothing.
I got nothing. All right. We'll see you Thursday. We will be discussing a lot. Actually, because there's no UFC Thursday on Saturday. We're going to talk a little bit about the Bellator. We'll talk about Eagle FC. If I have some bets or some plays, I will throw them at you, so stay tuned for that on Thursday. But we're going to be talking a lot of NFC and AFC.
If there's anybody out there with a hookup on tickets for the Niners-Rams game, please contact MadLab directly.
Yeah, we're on the search right now.
Get us into the sofa.
I'll drive to pick them up. Forget about the billing address thing.
We could. I'm going to get us some event staff jackets. We could fake like we're security. It could be like some Ocean's 11 type shit. Yeah,
we're going to the game. I mean, that's it. I'll fucking stack the fucking truck with some fucking snackety snacks.
We could Mission Impossible from the top of the roof.
The tickets I was finding though, like they were fucking literally like one set of tickets was like your back was literally against the lights. It was like the very tippity last row.
Like you staying looking from the top
and it was like fucking $700, dude. Yeah, fuck out. All right, guys, I will see you guys Thursday. Hopefully Bush will be here. Hopefully his move is done. We tried to call him to get him on the show, but he's probably fucking folding his fucking thunder ruse or something. So see you guys next week.